Hi! Hi! I'm Sophia, and this is going to be a get to know me video. I'm a Leo, and since I was born in 2000, I'm 18 years old. I'm 5 feet tall, or short, or 152 centimeters. My nicknames are Sofa, Soph, or Sophie. I was named kind of not really after the Princess of Egypt at the time, who is now the Queen of Spain, Queen Sofia. And my middle name, Aurora, I was named after the Sleeping Beauty, so Princess Aurora, which is very fitting because I'm always sleepy. My favorite color is pink, although I don't wear it a lot. I usually wear either like really dark colors or light colors like whites and stuff. I go from like dark to pastels. I interchange them pretty quickly, but I think I wear blue the most. But my favorite color has always been pink. I can't say like a certain shade, but I like pink. My favorite school subjects. Now, to those who don't know my major, my favorite school subject would be foreign languages. It doesn't matter which one. I'm a foreign language major. I like all of them. At first, I used to really love sciences and history, but then high school happened, and then I learned what I didn't like, which was a lot of things. But once high school happened, I kind of learned that maybe I don't like science so much anymore. I still like it, I just don't understand it as much. But I mean, I like psychology and sociology, which is, part science, part not, I guess. My favorite food would have to be pasta. When I was little, I always loved mac and cheese, and so when I grew up, I'm like, well, I don't really love mac and cheese as much anymore, but I still like pasta, but I don't know really which kind. I guess like chicken alfredo, fettuccine. Now, favorite animal? Horses. I've always loved horses, and dogs actually. I don't think I ever went through a phase of like, how most girls go through like some I love horses phase. No, I already liked horses before the age of going into a horse phase. Now that sounds like you're a furry. Ha! I always thought that horses were really graceful and pretty, but also very strong-willed and powerful, which I admired, even though it was just an animal. But I've also always loved dogs. I love all animals, really. I prefer animals over children. Yeah. I have a dog. My favorite genre of music would have to be alternative, like alternative rock. So I really love bands like Imagine Dragons, The Stroke. Indie too. I like indie, alternative and indie, like the underrated music. Favorite genre of books? That would have to be realistic fiction. I want to be able to immerse myself in another world, realistically still. And weirdly enough, my favorite genre of like shows or movies would have to be like fantasy or action. When I'm watching something, I want to be able to stay interested. So seeing all these fantastical elements involved with action and adventure really thrills me. It really keeps my mind involved and immersed. Tattoos or piercings? I have no tattoos. I don't think I want a tattoo in the future. We'll see. Probably not. But I do just have these 2 piercings, the standard piercing in each ear. I had them since I was a baby. My dream job is really just anything I can be involved with in languages and cultures so that I can travel and just be immersed in that other world. So with my major being foreign languages, I want to become either a foreign language teacher or be an English teacher in another language in Europe, Asia, whatever. But even if it's just for a short period of time. But either way, I want to be able to travel and be immersed in languages and cultures that I'm not immersed in here in America. Speaking of, I'm Mexican, so I'm fluent in English and Spanish. I was born here in South Carolina, USA, but I've also studied German since I was in elementary school. I'm studying French and Chinese right now at my university. I've learned some Japanese pretty well on my own, but I've also taught myself Swedish and Korean. Now my hobbies, those would have to be the usual. I love to read, I love to write, I love listening to music, I love watching shows, movies, that kind of stuff. But I guess more specifically, I prefer anime and cartoons. I like animated more than live action, just because there's a lot more you can do with those fictional worlds. So I read manga, I read traditional books obviously, but music, I love all kinds of music. My favorite genre is alternative, but I pretty much listen to anything other than country, opera, and rap on a daily basis. I'm always listening to music. I always have to have music playing. I'm the type to listen to music while I study or drive, or just I need it in the background. I need music in the background, kind of as if I were in a movie and I'm just a character and there's music playing in the background. I need music. I started playing the violin when I was 7, but I stopped playing when I was around 15 or 16, just because I wasn't able to be in the orchestra, my school's orchestra anymore, and I wasn't able to take private lessons anymore, just because I chose ballet over violin lessons. Speaking of, I've been taking ballet lessons since I was 3, so that's 15 years of doing ballet. I've done other dance forms such as lyrical, but ballet would be my favorite. I've stuck with it since I was 3.
Don't forget.
But with sports, I can't really make myself watch any or play any. I'm not really that athletic other than dancing. I'm more artistic than athletic. But I do love watching volleyball, figure skating, and most Olympic sports are interesting to watch. And that's really the only time I watch sports. But volleyball would have to be my favorite sport. If I didn't do violin or ballet, I would definitely have done volleyball. Speaking of, I'm more emotional than I am logical. I'm more artistic than I am athletic. I'm more introvert than I am extrovert. But I avoid people when I can, but when I'm with people, I'm very friendly. My friends describe me as a genuine person, and I like to think so too. Like, I think I'm humble about it, where I just try to be myself in any situation. I try to react the way that's appropriate while still being myself. Or I express myself very well, I communicate very well. But there are darker sides of me where you don't really get to know that part of me unless you know me really well. So shout out to the people who do. You know what I'm talking about. So that leads to my sense of humor. I think I do have a sort of like a meme, cringe sort of sense of humor where, I don't know, I know a lot of the memes, but I'm still like cringy about it. Like, I would like dab unironically, but I would still like, so I would incorporate like old memes and new memes together in my humor. So in general, like, I guess I do have like a relevant, up-to-date sense of humor. I know what the kids are talking about. I'm not old, I'm just, you know. I'm not really a typically funny person, but I like to have fun with what I have, you know? So I like to play video games, watch anime, read manga, maybe write a bit in my free time whenever I can. But other than that, I'm just talking to my friends. I'm learning languages if I can. I'm on YouTube. I'm editing. That's a secret. But yeah, that's about it. So we'll see as time goes on how this goes. And for now, see you later. Bye.